Today, you'll see the best villains in cinematic history, characters that are brilliantly written, deeply complex, and utterly evil. These are the ones who dominated their films and left an indelible mark on cinema. So, get comfortable and prepare to witness pure malice, because on CinePrime we present the 15 greatest villains in movie history. No spoilers ahead, so don't worry. I won't ruin any movies for you. Let's begin. Number 15. Commodus, portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix. Commodus is a villain defined by his insecurity and cruelty. His relentless desire for power and approval drives him to commit unspeakable acts, including the murder of his own father, Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Throughout Gladiator, Commodus is shown as a deeply disturbed character whose craving for recognition makes him an unpredictable and dangerous threat. Number 14. Paul. Paul represents pure evil. A character whose motivations and complexity aren't fully explained. He is simply a psychopath who derives pleasure from torture. What makes him even more unsettling is his casual demeanor and his breaking of the fourth wall, which implicates the audience as accomplices to his murders. He is undoubtedly a groundbreaking villain who forces us to reflect on our own enjoyment of violence in cinema.
Ciao, bella. Wieso?
Number 13. Darth Vader. Darth Vader is one of the most iconic villains in film history. His imposing figure, complete with a black mask and mechanical breathing, has become a cultural symbol. His impact reaches its peak in The Empire Strikes Back.
I am your father.
With one of the most shocking plot twists in cinematic history. His eventual redemption in Return of the Jedi transforms him from a villain into a deeply complex and tragic character, solidifying his place as a legendary figure. Number 12. Harry Powell, one of the most disturbing and memorable villains of classic cinema. In The Night of the Hunter, Powell is a fanatical preacher who manipulates others under the guise of faith, but is in reality a serial killer. What makes him so terrifying is his ability to appear charming and sympathetic while hiding his sinister nature, making him an even greater threat. He was also the first villain in film history to openly display violence and murderous intent toward children.
Look at here. You know what that is? You want to see something cute? Now, looky.
Number 11. A.L. from Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, 2001, A Space Odyssey. A.L. is an artificial intelligence that controls the spacecraft and its crew. As the crew begins to lose trust in it and consider shutting it down, Hal coldly and terrifyingly starts taking extreme measures, including murder, to ensure its survival. Its chilling detachment and refusal to obey human commands make Hal one of the most unsettling and powerful villains ever created.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Number 10. Frank Booth, one of the most unhinged and disturbing villains in cinema, from David Lynch's Blue Velvet. Frank is a violent and unpredictable criminal, immersed in a world of perversion and control. His volatile nature, alternating between moments of eerie calm and bursts of uncontrollable rage, makes him an unforgettable and deeply disturbing figure. Number 9. Phyllis Dietrichson, portrayed by Barbara Stanwyck, is one of the most iconic femme fatales in film noir. In Double Indemnity, Phyllis plots to murder her husband to collect his life insurance, seducing insurance agent Walter to assist her in the crime. Her cold-hearted manipulation and willingness to commit atrocities make her a dangerous and complex character, using her charm and beauty to achieve her sinister goals.
No, I never loved you, Walter, not you or anybody else. I'm rotten to the heart. I used you just as you said.
Number 8. Nurse Mildred Ratched, portrayed flawlessly by Louise Fletcher, is one of the most chilling villains in film history. In One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, she embodies abuse of power, maintaining an icy calm and exercising psychological manipulation over her patients. Beneath her professional exterior lies a deep disdain for those under her care, subjecting them to an oppressive system that denies them any semblance of autonomy.
Mr. Cheswick, you sit down!
Yes, but I want to know if
Sit down, Mr. Cheswick.
I want to...
Number 7. John Doe, brought to life by Kevin Spacey and C7 in John Doe's murders, are based on the 7 deadly sins, crafting a chilling masterpiece with each crime. He is an incredibly philosophical killer who is willing to go to disturbing lengths to complete his vision. Without giving away spoilers, his work culminates in one of the most devastating twists in film history. This villain is cold, calculated, and unforgettable, with a sudden and iconic on-screen introduction.
You're looking for me.
What's your fucking move?
Number 6. Anton Chigurh, the most realistic psychopath in film history, according to science. Played by Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men, he is a completely remorseless killer, using a cattle gun as a unique and terrifying weapon. Bardem's performance is masterful, and the character's precision has even been used in psychological studies of psychopathy. Chigurh's lack of humanity and his random, unsettling methods make him truly haunting.
Would you hold still, please, sir?
Number 5. Hannibal Lecter, portrayed by Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal is a brilliant psychiatrist and a cannibalistic serial killer. His calm, almost superhuman demeanor, combined with his manipulative cruelty, makes him a chilling yet fascinating character. Hopkins' performance was so iconic that it earned him an Oscar for Best Actor, and his image with the Iron Mask has become a symbol of cinematic terror.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Number 4. Norman Bates. Played by Anthony Perkins in Psycho, Norman Bates is one of cinema's most iconic villains. He runs a small motel while battling a split personality that leads him to kill under the guise of his mother. This character was groundbreaking for its psychological complexity, and the infamous shower scene remains one of the most legendary and shocking moments in film history. Number 3. The Joker, portrayed by Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. The Joker is one of the best villains ever created, brought to life in a masterful and unsettling performance. His chaotic, anarchistic energy destabilizes everyone around him. Ledger's portrayal, filled with unnerving gestures and an unpredictable presence, completely dominates the film and has become an enduring figure in cinematic history.
He comes at me with the knife. Why so serious?
Number 2. Amon Goeth. Undoubtedly the most cruel and evil villain on this list, and terrifyingly, a real person. Goeth was a Nazi officer responsible for atrocities in concentration camps. Ralph Fiennes' portrayal in Schindler's List is chilling, showing a mix of sadism and utter disregard for human life. This character embodies the pure evil of Nazism and its dehumanization, with one horrifying scene showing him shooting Jewish prisoners from his balcony out of sheer boredom. Number 1. Hans Landa. The greatest villain in the history of cinema, and one of the best written characters ever. The Jew Hunter, portrayed by Christoph Waltz in Inglorious Bastards, is a cunning and charismatic Nazi officer who acts purely out of self-interest. From the very first scene, Landa dominates the film with his intelligence, multilingual fluency, and chilling coldness. His ability to remain 2 steps ahead creates some of the most intense moments ever filmed.
Ah, Landa, da sind Sie ja! Emmanuel, voici le colonel SS Landa. Il sera chargé de la sécurité.
This was the list. Remember, while I aim to be objective, this is ultimately my opinion. Let me know in the comments which villains I missed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.